the school turnaround principal, and I am excited regarding the work that I'm doing. This past year, I was able to work with many districts all over the world, and we are going to the next level. Certain districts have been able to increase the report card grade from an F to a B, from a D to an A, and also we have gotten a couple of schools off the CSI list. Now, my next stage is I want to take schools and make them become national blue ribbon schools. So once again, if you would like to go to that next level, hey, just inbox me, reach out to me, and we can make it work. I'm excited. This work I'm doing is blessing schools all over the world. So if you want to be that next national blue ribbon school, hey, reach out and let's go ahead and do the work. And also with that, I got 2 dynamic books that I have that schools are picking up as we speak, and man, these are blessing your school. One is on school transformation, and the other one is on for parents and teachers and principals to come together as one for student success. If you can really take the map and drive the instructor inside the classroom and link it to the M step, then everything will move. You see it?
Ladies, third grade teachers, could you tell me, how do you think this professional development was for you today?
Easy. It was productive. It was exciting. They will never leave Mr. Hurt advising.
Because the schools that I've worked with, the teachers I've worked with, their scores just go through the roof, because what I do is I talk about practical stuff that's practical, because I'm a former teacher and also I'm a principal, so I'm gonna be telling you guys things that I know will work in your classroom.
For booking, please visit shurtschoolturnaroundspecialist.com.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. This is Mr. Hurt, your school turnaround specialist, with your Saturday morning podcast. Come on in, hit that share button. Let me know where you're coming from. This is going to be another exciting podcast on this morning. So give me 2 minutes to get on my Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter people in. Come on in. If you are a principal, administrator, teacher, superintendent, you must come to this podcast. We're going to talk about discover what teachers need from their principal. Discover what teachers. You have 1 million teachers all around the world. Let's discover what they need from their building principal and administrator. So let's go ahead and give me a few minutes as I get all of my people in. I know it's Saturday and it's nice outside, but come on and hang out with your good educational friend, Mr. Sean Hurt. I'm telling you, it's going to bless you on this morning. You will be blessed. You'll be blessed by the information that you will get. You'll be blessed. So come on in and just hang out with me. Just let's have a good time. Let's go ahead and hang out and make sure you invite a friend. Get your leadership team on here. Get everybody on here. Well, Hurt is Saturday morning. It's 10 o'clock. You know, that'll be fine. Just think, a 30-minute PD can help change your life as an educator for the rest of your life. It can help change it. Well, I heard you talking. No. I got some information to share regarding schools, principals that called me this week saying, Hurt, you won't believe when our report card grades came out, when our things came out this week, what we did. So I got to get that testimony on today. So I want to just give me about 30 more seconds. Let me go ahead and see who's on. I just need about 30 more seconds. Just stay with me, everybody. Stay with me. You know, I do this by myself, so I don't have a team with me like a technology team on the side. I'm gonna have to get that. But as of now, I'm working my phone. I'm working my computer over here. This computer, just everything. So let me go ahead and get some shout outs because I want to make sure we're time sensitive. Good morning, Miss Donna. Good morning, Miss Donna. Good morning. Where are you from? Miss Donna, I need you to put where you're from. Miss Donna, good morning to you. We got Jasmine Harris from Cali. Thank you, Jasmine, for waking up early for waking up early. It's 10 o'clock in Michigan, but I know it's 8 o'clock in Cali. Good morning. Hey, Miss Dr. Jeter. Good morning to you, my good friend Dr. Jeter from Illinois. Hopefully you enjoy that book. We got Miss September Daniels from New Jersey. We got Pedro from Texas. We got Richard Davis from Vegas. Early up. Thank you. Mrs. Dr. Chuno, Melissa Chuno, good morning to you. We got Miss Gaines. Oh, Miss Gaines in the house. Board member Miss Gaines listen, I just love her energy, her excitement. Good morning to you, Ms. Gaines. It's always a pleasure. You're doing some good work she is a board member, one of the best board members I know. She's setting policies up for a school, just doing what board members should be doing to help to improve the school. So good morning to you. Good morning to you, Miss Sandy Smith. Good morning to you. Good morning to my good friend, Principal Kafede. Let's go. We got Fantastic Four. We got myself. We got Create and Educate at 10:30, Principal Kafede at 11, and Josh Tarver on Sunday at 7 o'clock. We call ourselves the Fantastic Four, and we doing some big things. Much love to Principal Kafede, my mentor. I would not be in this space. I would not be doing the work that I'm doing without meeting Principal Kafede it's about 11 years ago. He came to my school and poured into me some knowledge, and here I am. Good morning, Miss Donna. She from Georgia. Yes, thank you for putting that up. We got Sandy Smith from Georgia. Oh, Miss Howard in the house. Miss Howard, stay on here, Miss Howard. You know I'm going to brag about you. Jasmine Harris, it's 7 a.m. I'm sorry about that. Thank you, Jasmine Harris. Thank you for the support. Centra Hicks, come on, hit that share button. I got about 15 more seconds. I got Miss Tyler in the house. Oh, my good friend Anthony Green, Mr. Green, put in the chat the work that you're doing. If someone want to have some videography, do commercials, promote their stuff, he is the one. Everything you see, my commercials, my video, he's been doing it for 18 years. 18 years since when I got started in education, when I was a principal, he had this out-of-the-box ideas. So go ahead, Mr. Green, put it in the chat. Let everybody know who you are. And if you need pictures, you're getting married, graduations, all of that stuff, videos, whatever you have to do with videography, he is the best in the world. Oh, I heard you talking big. Yes, he's the best in the world. I'm telling you, he's the best. So I got to give him a shout out. All right, good. Okay, and then and I got Real Purposeful. Okay, all right. Good morning to you. I got Georgia in the house, so I'm excited. I'm pumped up. It's 10:06. Let's get started. My name is Sean Hurt, School Turnaround Principal, and I have some information to share to you on this morning. Got some information to share to you on this morning. So before I get started, I always ask this question. What is keeping you up at night in education? I got this question from Ms. Gaines, one of my board members. Every time I would go to her board meeting, she would always ask the principal that, what is keeping you up at night in education? So I'm asking that question. I stole it from her. So let's put in the chat, what is keeping you, educator, board member, superintendent? I got all these people on here up at night in education. I'm going to start first. What's keeping me up at night is schools not making changes to address the students' needs as of today. We are doing the same things that we were doing 20, 30, 40 years ago, and it's not working. We have to make the change as of today. If you want to have good academic achievement at the end of the year, you have to make changes. So please, educators, step out on faith and make that change. So that's what's keeping me up at night, because I'm seeing schools doing the same things, and you're going to get the same results that you had last year. I know, listen, we have principals. You're tired of being an F school or a D school. You're tired of only having 15% of your kids being proficient. You're tired of kids being suspended. You're tired of you're going to work as a teacher. You're tired as an administrator, just pulling your hair out knowing that this is going to be a wild day. You don't have to go through that. Let's make the changes. Let's do what we have to do. So that's what's keeping me up at night. Okay. Next thing, what's going on in education with Mr. Hurt? I have so much to share. So much to share. This week I was in Queens, New York. Hey, with Principal Finn, and I spent the whole day working with her and her leadership team, setting up strategies to improve student achievement, looking at best classroom practices, looking at data, you name it. I was there for the whole day, and we got to work. So I'll be in Queens the whole year working with their team. I will tell you by the end of the year, I'm going to have a testimony. That school will have some of the highest student achievement in the district and also in New York. I guarantee it. Well, heard you talking big. Yes. When I'm working with schools, we're going to really, really roll up our sleeves and do what we have to do. The next thing is that tomorrow I will be doing virtual with Principal Rogers in the Virgin Islands. I can't go to Virgin Islands. I'm gonna get there, but we're gonna be virtual. So you listen, she reached out to me about 4 months ago. She said, Hurt, I want to transform my school in the Virgin Islands. I said, okay. So we've been doing virtual. We've been looking at data. On Sunday, yes, I'm gonna watch the football games, but at 7 o'clock, I'm gonna be doing an hour and a half virtual one-on-one with a principal in the Virgin Islands. And then also this week, I was with Principal Johnson in Ohio, Toledo, Ohio. I was with her working. Same thing. We're just doing the work. They're reaching out. We're doing the work face to face, virtual. We're doing the work. They're saying, "Her, I do not want to have. I want to make changes. I want to go to the next level. You might have a school that's a B school. She has an excellent school. She's saying, "Her, I want to have the best." So hats off to Principal Johnson. The last thing is that, and she is on here, Miss Deborah Howard. We have to give her some love. The last 2 days I've been posting up. She's a principal in Springfield, Ohio, and she put on her Facebook page on yesterday, and she called me. She got her report card grade, and she had some of the highest academic achievement in her. Oh, my lights went out. Oh, hold on. Let me go ahead. Oh, I'm sorry. Some of the highest academic achievement in her district based on what they gave out, the rankings and all that stuff, So that means she has some of the highest academic achievement based on her state assessment in Ohio. It came out yesterday. Her superintendent did a nice write-up, and she is a principal that's been on. I've been working with her school seriously for the last 4 to 5 years. I've seen it from the beginning. Deborah Howard, Principal Deborah Howard, seen it from the beginning all the way up. And when she said, "Her, I want to make changes in the school," 90% of her kids qualify for free and reduced lunches. I'm giving you the whole optics. And now she has one of the highest performing schools in her district and also in her county. That's amazing. That you can be the next Deborah Howard. You could be the next. Yes, Principal. Yes. Congratulations, Deborah Howard. Let's give her some congratulations. She's been on here. She's been following Principal Cafele. She follows Create and Educate. She follows Josh Tarver. She's taking notes. I've seen it from the beginning. When she first became a principal, I was working with her school. She made changes. She was working on Saturdays and Sundays. She was staying late. I remember working with her leadership team, coming in and working at 6 or 7:30 at night on a Wednesday or on a Tuesday, putting up data in the school. She's in those classrooms. She's with parents. She's doing it all. And at the end of the day, her superintendent said, "Principal Deborah Howard, your scores are some of the highest in the district and some of the highest in the county. Congratulations." That is beautiful. That is beautiful. Imagine how she felt. I told her, I said, now it's time for you to write the book. It's time for you to do a little documentary. We need to let the world know about it. And then also on top of that, I have principals on here. You're going to be the next Deborah Howard. You're going to be the next one that's going to be in the newspaper, on the news, in the community, speaking next to the mayor, doing all those things because your scores were some of the highest. So I just want to give a big shout out to Deborah Howard, Fulton Elementary School in Springfield, Ohio. Her fabulous team. You're doing it. You have done it. You have done it. You spoke it. You spoke it. You said you were going to be one of the best 3 years ago. I was there. And now look at it. It didn't take 10 years or 15 years or 20 years, 8 years. She did it in 3. She did it in 3. All right. All right. So let's go ahead. It's 10:13. I'm going to go ahead and jump in this. What we're going to talk about, we're going to discover what teachers need from the building principal. Same thing that Miss Howard did. Same thing. She understood as a principal, as an administrator, this is how I have to be. This is how I have to conduct myself in order for my teachers to be able to be the best in the classroom, to support the students, and to support the parents. So go ahead and get that paper out, pen out, take notes, take notes, take notes. All right, so I'm going to give you 4 things. It's many things, but I'm going to give you 4 things that teachers need from the administrator. And you know, I've been a principal for over 15 years at all levels. So I'm gonna give you the answers to the test. I'm excited. Hit that share button. Let's get started. So number 1, write it down, write it down, write it down. Number 1, you have to be highly visible and recognizable to everybody in the school. Being seen by all and know everyone's name. Supportive administrators are visible throughout the school day. They're in the hallways. They're in the classrooms. They're seen by everybody. That's the first thing. You have to be visible. People have to see you. I've said this. And if every principal can get this, you should spend 60% or more of your day in the classroom, in the hallways with students. I'm not saying that you need to be in the classroom evaluating. It is time, you will have time to evaluate, but being able to go into classrooms for 5 or 6 minutes just to see what's taking place, to see the learning that's happening, to be able to support the teachers, to be able to support the students, to be in the hallway, to be able to give the kids the high fives at the high school, in the middle school. Come on, y'all. Let's get to class. Raheem, everything is good. Susie, you're good. All right, good job. High five. In the lunchroom, you're rolling up your sleeves. You're getting dirty in the lunchroom. Yes, you're not just giving that to the lunch people or to your APs. You are in there with them. You are visible. You are everywhere in the school. You cannot run an effective school if you are in your office, sitting behind the desk, answering emails, phone calls, dealing with parents. That is part of your job. But 60% of your time should be with students. You have to be visible. It is impossible for you to sit in your office drinking coffee from 8:30 to 10 o'clock, shooting out emails on the phone. You're not visible. You're just in your office telling your secretary, have such and such come in. I need to talk to him. Go get such and such. That is why you're not moving an academic needle. Deborah Howard is doing this. Dr. Oglesby, I talked about her last week. I've seen them do it. They're visible. Sean Hurt, Principal Kafele when he was a principal. We got Dr. Houston, Dr. Taylor. All of these people will tell you that they did not stay in their office. They was visible throughout the school. They was on the first floor, second floor, out in when it was recess, outside, making sure that was fine. In the lunchroom, they was visible walking throughout the school. So write it down. How do I impact my teachers? When the teachers see that you're walking, you're visible, that means they're seeing it. They're seeing that you're part of them. You are them. So that's the first thing. It has a direct impact. And then on top of that, now your conversations are different with your staff. When you're in front of the board members, when you're at the board meetings, you can say, know what? When I'm in the classroom, I'm seeing that the math is moving in the right direction, but we need some things to take place in reading. So that's why we got to get some more parapros or reading coach, because I'm seeing it. This is, now when you're dealing with parents and you're talking to parents, you and the teacher, you're on one accord. You can say, you know what, Raheem's mom, Ms. Brown, I was in the classroom. Yes, Raheem is doing an excellent job. He's moving, he's focused. He turned in his homework. I'm saying that he's improving on his math skills. I really like when Raheem went to the board and did that math problem. He's participated in class. How powerful is that as a principal, being able to give feedback to the parent along with the teacher? Jasmine Harris says, it matters. Everyone wants to see us. It's inspiring to them. Yes. That is very important. When I was a principal, I was visible, but more importantly, you have to put in your day, you must spend 60% or more of your day in the classroom, in the hallway, in the lunchroom. Could you please do that for me, everybody that's on here? Everybody that's on here. Next one. Focus on and stick with high impact strategies. I'm going to say this again. I'm reading on my notes. Focus on and stick with high impact strategies. Be selective about what you bring. Be selective about what will bring the biggest gains. Usually these strategies are set by state and district mandates or the data that you've collected by the school leadership team. You want to focus on what is going to be impactful and will lead to the goals that you have for the end of the year. Many times, and I'm going to break it down, many times as building principals, the teachers are saying, know what? I want to support my building principal, but we're doing too much. We got 25 things we're doing. We need to scale it down and let's focus on 2 to 3 things that's going to lead to impact at our schools. Like, for example, when I was a principal, Charlotte Danielson was our rubric for the teachers that we had to evaluate our teachers on. Follow me very closely. I said, I'm not going to use this with the 7 to 8 tools. I'm going to look at 2 things when I'm coming to the classroom. I want to see engagement, and when we're doing the engagement, and also I wanted to see the kids working in small groups. Those are the 2 things: engagement and small groups. Now, I was training my teachers on that, but they knew that I was focusing on those 2 things. So consequently, those 2 things on Charlotte Danielson impacted the other 5 things. I didn't say let's work on 7 things. Let's look at these 2 things right here, okay? So now the teachers knew, okay, what does engagement look like, Mr. Hurd? Okay, this is what engagement looks like. How do we differentiate the instruction to get the kids in small groups? I supported that. So even if the small groups was loud and whatever, I was fine with that because I knew that the kids was learning. They were engaged in the lesson. First thing. Second thing, remember, focus and stick with high impact strategies. The second thing is that I said, based on my district assessment and state assessment, we set academic goals. I wanted 65% or more. 65% or more of the students in my building, 500 students, 65% or more to meet or exceed the end of the year district goals. That was based on iReady, NWA, STAR, or Scantron. Those are my district assessments. And then on top of that, we had our state goals. I wanted to make sure that we increased our proficiency by 12 to 13% from the previous year, and we had the data right there. So if we were at 35% proficiency in reading, I'm talking good now, I'm talking good. Last year, 35%, I wanted to be at 48% or higher. Those was the goals. So now everybody knew it. Everybody knew we focused on and we stuck to high impact strategy. So that's what we did. We did not add anything to the plate. So that means we removed a whole bunch of stuff that was good stuff, fun stuff, but it did not impact student achievement. It did not support teachers. So going back to what I'm saying, number 2, focus on, just focus, stay focused and stick with high impactful strategies, and those will work. I'm going to stop right there. I see. Go ahead and hit that share button. Let me know if this is sounding good. Let me know if this is resonating to you as an individual. Go ahead and hit that share button. Go ahead. I see people saying it matters. Yes, Mr. Hurt. Yes. Those two things are very important. Being very visible and focus on stuff. Don't say September we're going to do this and then come November, December we're changing. No, just stick to it. Stick to it. All right. I see Mrs. Chuno. So yes, I'm telling you, it works. It works if you really want to change the outcomes of your school. I'm not saying this just to be saying it. I'm telling you, it works. All of the top schools around the world, all of the best principals, this is what they do. You can't get away from it. You can't change it. This is what they do. Once again, and Deborah Howard is on here. Principal Howard is on here. She will tell you this is what we talked about 4 years ago. Now she's getting awarded as one of the best schools in Ohio. It's not hard. I'm not saying buy a new curriculum. I'm not saying do all of those things. Let's just change the mindset as a principal, as an AP, as a board member, as a superintendent on what is going to work for these kids. All right. Oh man, time is flying. Time is flying. Number three, give purpose to data collection. You know how I feel about data. You know, I know data. Give purpose to data collection. Okay. There's so much data out there. As you collect the data, make the data have purpose on what you are doing. If you have attendance data, the attendance data should have purpose. We want to have 90% of our kids in school every day because we know if the kids are in school, they'll learn. They're not going to learn at home. Okay. We need to have on Friday, those are the days of our assessments. We need to make sure 95% or more of our kids are there on Friday because we're taking assessments to collect the data. Ohio, you just got your school report card grade on Friday. Why is mine? Hold on. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. I got so much stuff happening. My light's going on. Okay. You just got your school report card grade on Friday. What is that data saying? You got your NWA data. You're taking your collected data, but make sure the data is impacting student achievement. So now, consequently, and I was talking to my principals, you must have a day in the week, a day that you sit with your staff. I don't care how you got to get it. And when you have your 25 teachers in the room, you must look at your short cycle assessments. What is short cycle assessments? The test that the kids take every Friday or Monday, whenever, to be able to bring that data, not just give them a grade, but bring it to the meetings and have high leverage conversations. Be able to talk to it. Oh, Miss Potato Plant, I see that 35% of your kids passed this assessment. Mrs. Potato Plant, 65 of your kids passed it. Could you have a conversation together, 8th grade teachers, Mr. and Mrs. Potato Plant, on what took place in math for the 8th grade? Because we want to increase our student achievement. The data is going to have you drive your conversations. The data is going to, as a principal, say, you know what, I have to go down to the 6th grade wing because I noticed that only 25% of the kids showed mastery on that standard last week based on the data. So I need to go down there, remember, and go and see what's taking place in the reading block. I'm going down there because I'm the instructional leader. I'm going down there. I'm going to sit for 5 or 6 minutes to see what's happening. That's why it goes back to what I said You have to spend 60% or more of your time inside of the classroom. Oh, I know yes, the data comes life. I know what I'm talking about. If you want to have the best school in your state, if you still want to have low achieving, scratching your head, coming to work frustrated, keep doing what you're doing. But if you really want to make the changes, there you go. Look, Principal Howard. Don't listen to me, listen to her. She put in a comment, don't be afraid of critical conversations. Yes, and the conversations has to be focused on the data, not our feelings, not because we like this person or don't like this person, or this person is wearing a purple shirt or whatever that is. No, the data drives the conversation, but you must have the right data in place. Okay, last one, and I'm about to get off because I got to get off at 10:30. I want everybody to go to Create and Educate. But number 4, honor time and share agendas and communicate effectively. Honor the time. A lot of times teachers are saying, know what? Why are we doing this? This is a waste of time. Well, we're doing it because we've been doing it for 15 years. You're not honoring time. That's why teachers are frustrated. Communicate effectively. Some things you can just shoot through an email. I don't have to bring everybody together to say, hey, we're having Gene Day on Friday. You can shoot that through the email. And share agendas. A lot of times we don't share across grade levels. So we don't know what the 3rd grade is doing. We have no idea what the 5th grade is doing. We don't know what the science team in high school is doing because we're not sharing. And that falls back on the building principle. So those things, honor time, share agenda, and communicate effectively is number 4 of what teachers need from their administrator. It's not rocket science. Take those 4 and just stick to it for the next 9 months, and I guarantee that you have a better school. Teachers will feel differently about your leadership. Your scores will go through the roof. So last thing is that if you need me to come and support your school, please inbox me. Don't be the one, no, just inbox me. We'll sit down, we'll talk, and we'll make it work. Just inbox me and we can go ahead and do the work. And the last thing is that if you are a teacher or educator, if you would like to purchase both of my books, How to Transform Your Inner City School and Raise Student Achievement, and another book, Every Parent Must Read This. If you school plus parent equals student success, it is a hot seller. Districts are purchasing this book. I've got to get it right. This book for all of their parents. They say, hurt. And then I'm coming down and I'm doing parent workshops. I'm sitting talking to parents about the book, because if we get the parents involved with the school and the parents together, boom, it's excellent. You can get it from my website. So thank you very much. I will see everybody next week. Hit that share button. I need everybody to subscribe to my YouTube page. Hey, let's make this big. Let's just get this word out. So thank you very much, and I will see you next week, same time, same place. And Principal Howard, congratulations. My people from New York, from Ohio, from Arkansas, I'm coming down. We about to have more schools that's going to have high report card grades. We're going to have more schools that the superintendent will be coming to your school, congratulating you, giving you a write-up, putting you on the newspaper. You're going to be doing documentaries. You're going to be doing all those things, because when you speak things out of your mouth, what you speak shall come to pass. Principal Howard spoke it 3 years ago, and it came to pass. See you next week. Let's have a blessed week. Let's everybody go to Create and Educate.